All right, let's talk about the big one, landing a job at a top-tier tech company. You know the names, Meta, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. It can feel like this impossible mountain to climb, but what if you had the map? What if you had the blueprint?
So how do you actually do it? How do you go from wherever you are right now to holding an offer from one of the most competitive companies on the entire planet? It's the question on every aspiring software engineer's mind.
Well, the answer isn't some secret handshake or a magic formula. It's a blueprint, a structured, totally actionable plan that's designed to build the exact skills these companies are hunting for. And today, we're going to walk you through it step by step.
Here are the 3 core pillars of that blueprint. It's actually pretty straightforward. First, you got to master data structures and algorithms. Second, you need to learn how to think at a massive scale. And third, you have to prove you can actually build real-world software. You get these 3 right, and you are on the path.
Okay, let's dive right into this first pillar. Master the algorithms. This is completely non-negotiable. It's the absolute bedrock of software engineering, and honestly, it's the main filter these companies use to see if you can think logically and write code that's actually efficient. So your very first choice is your weapon, your programming language. Python, well, it's just faster to write in a timed interview, which can be a huge advantage. Java, on the other hand, is a bit more wordy, but its strict nature is the backbone of some massive enterprise systems. The general consensus? If you're starting fresh, Python often has the edge for interview speed.
So how much practice is enough practice? Well, the data seems to point to a target number, around 300 problems. Now, this isn't just some random number. It represents the kind of volume you need to really see the underlying patterns, not just memorize solutions. It's all about building a deep fluency.
But here's the thing. It's not just about the volume. It's about where you focus your energy. Don't just grind away at the hardest problems you can find. As you can see, the real sweet spot is on those medium difficulty questions. That's where you'll truly master the core concepts and patterns that you're going to face most often in interviews.
And this right here is what you're looking for, patterns. You're not trying to memorize 300 individual problems, that's impossible. You're trying to master about a dozen core patterns, like 2-pointers, sliding window, and the essentials of trees and graphs. Websites like LeetCode.io are absolutely fantastic for this pattern-based approach.
Which brings us to our second pillar, thinking at scale. See, once you've proven you can write clean, efficient code for a single problem, these companies want to know, can you design systems that serve millions or even billions of users?
And it's not just about code. The real goal here is to test your ability to, as the source material puts it, handle ambiguity and make design trade-offs. It's about showing you understand the big picture of how these massive, complex systems actually function.
And to do that, you need to master these building blocks. You have to be able to talk intelligently about load balancing, caching strategies, and different database choices. The book, Designing Data-Intensive Applications, is pretty much considered the Bible on this topic. It'll give you that deep, foundational knowledge you're going to need.
Okay, on to our third and final pillar, prove you can build. Look, whiteboarding algorithms and drawing system diagrams is great, but top companies want to see that you can translate all that theory into reality. They want proof that you can ship actual software.
And the best way to do that is with a portfolio of projects that show you're growing. You start simple, like with the blog. Then you add real-time features with a chat app using WebSockets. You handle a complex UI with something like a Trello clone. And finally, you build a really robust backend, like an e-commerce API that can handle payments and caching.
So, we have the 3 pillars. But how do you actually do all this? How do you turn this blueprint into an actual plan you can follow? Well, that's where a schedule comes in.
For most people, a balanced 6-month plan is the most sustainable way to go. The first couple of months, all about building that solid DSA foundation. Then you start layering on the more advanced topics and system design. The final 2 months are just a full-on sprint, mock interviews, polishing your portfolio, and sending out those applications.
You know, the key to success here is consistency, not just intensity. A sustainable weekly schedule like this one, where you mix your algorithm practice with system design and project work, is what keeps you from burning out. This is how you make a huge goal feel achievable.
So there you have it. Master the algorithms, learn to think at scale, and prove you can build. It's a challenging journey, for sure, but the path isn't a mystery. The blueprint is crystal clear.
The plan is laid out, the resources are out there, and the goal is in sight. The only remaining question is the one that you have to answer for yourself.
Looking at this blueprint, what's your first step?